Hey guys, it's Carla. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm painting a basket of wildflowers. If you want the outline for this, look in the description below and there's a link to my Facebook page and all of my outlines are on there. So when I upload this, I may not get it on there immediately, but within a few hours I should have it on there. And you can print it off and trace it onto your canvas. Right now I mixed up a very light kind of muted color for the background, and I'm just very loosely painting around my outline. You don't have to be super careful with this, just get the background covered. And you can use a different color background if you want, so just remember that you can always mix this up and go rogue, do things a little different. But this is just a guideline to show you how you can do it. I'm using an 8x10 canvas panel. You can use any size you want, or you could use a different surface like wood or watercolor paper. These canvases are very inexpensive and easy to come by, so that's why I use them. But wood is, right now anyway, wood is very expensive, but it does look nice on wood, so just keep that in mind if you have some laying around. Okay, so my light is coming from the right hand side, so my shadow is going to be mostly on the left and the bottom. And I'm just using acrylic paint, craft paint, because it's, again, inexpensive and easy to come by. So just whatever paint you have laying around that you have the colors for. And then cheap brushes. I typically use cheap brushes because I can abuse them if I need to. I can scrub with them or whatever and not worry about them. So, all right, now I'm using a liner brush to put in my nail, and now I'm mixing up a color for my string, for my twine. But just keep this very loose. Don't get too uptight about it. Okay, now this is my handle for the basket. So it circles around back there and disappears into the flowers. And then in the front, it comes on down onto the basket. Some of this you have to just kind of guess at. And then with the darker shade, on the left-hand side of the handle, I'm putting in a little shadow. Now back here, this is the inside of the basket. And I'll have some flowers on top of it and everything, but I just want to put in some dark in there to to indicate the inside of the basket. All right, now I'm mixing up the color that I want my shadow on the wall to be. So here's the shadow for the twine. And just use whatever brush you feel comfortable with. There's the shadow for the nail. And now the shadow for my basket and flowers. And just keep it very loose. Usually the faster you paint, the better it will look, and that doesn't sound right, but it is. It looks a lot more carefree when you paint quickly. So whatever would be reflecting against the wall, that's where our shadow will be. Or not reflecting, but casting a shadow against the wall. So I put a little highlight on my nail. That's just a little extra touch. And now with the liner brush, I mixed up some green. And with the liner brush, I'm putting in some greenery. And this is, again, very loose, very carefree. Just a lot of it's going to get covered up. We're going to add more to it. So this is just initially some greenery. Go in different directions. Just keep it moving. Okay, so for now, that's enough green. Now I'm using white, and I'm using a lot of it. I'm using it really thick to put in my white flowers. And the reason I'm doing it thick is, for one thing, because it's white, and white sometimes takes more to cover. But also, I want some texture on my canvas. So when this dries, it will dry with that texture on it. So I'm only doing this with the white flowers as far as getting it really thick, but that'll be enough to add some unique texture to the painting. So some of these flowers you're looking at from the top, some of them you're looking at from the sides, so just keep in mind that you're not always going to see all 5 petals. Sometimes you're just going to see a little speck of flowers, so I'm just kind of dotting some of this in. All right, now I'm going to switch to another color, and again, you can make whatever color flowers you want. With wildflowers, they usually kind of just all grow in several different colors and just all mixed up. So I'm putting in some pink right now, and I actually added a little touch of blue to it, so it kind of muted it down a little bit. But I'm just dotting these in. They don't look like flowers. If you really look close at them, they don't look like flowers, but in the end, with all of them together, they do look like flowers. So don't feel like you have to make each one shaped like a flower and look like a flower, because your mind will tell you, or will tell the viewer, that these are flowers when they're all together. So now I'm putting in some blue ones. And every now and then step back and look at it and see if maybe you need more of a certain color somewhere, if you've got an empty space or whatever. So once you've stared at this for too long, it kind of all runs together, and sometimes you gotta get a fresh look at it. So go get a drink, come back, you might see something different. So now I mixed up an orange color and putting some of that in. Guys, if y'all are liking my channel, please subscribe. If you're liking this video, please give it a thumbs up. Right now I'm putting some little centers in some of my white flowers. It's just a little dot. But please give it a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments what you want to see or what you don't want to see. Just I need your opinions so that I'll know what to put on here. And if the way YouTube works, if a video or a channel doesn't get likes and subscriptions and comments and all that, then they just don't show it to people, so it just kind of dies out. So I don't want my channel to die out, so if you like it, please keep it going. I would appreciate that. So I'm just putting in I put in some darker green to give it some depth, like between some of the flowers, to make it look like you're seeing down deep into the bouquet or whatever this is. And now I'm just putting in some light brown, whatever, just little. Sometimes you put in things and you really don't even know what they are. You're just adding some character to it. Now with the liner brush, I'm dotting in some, I guess it would be baby's breath or something like that, just little wispy flowers. Mostly around the edges, like out from what I've already got on there, but there'll be some inside too, obviously, because you're looking at it from that angle. But on the outer edge, make sure that you put these in, because they're it kind of makes it look more delicate and wild, I guess. So it kind of softens the edge. But again, make sure that you put them inside too, like on top of the flowers. Okay, now I want to mix up a lot, like a white and raw sienna color for the handle. It's kind of like a rope, so I'm putting in these little diagonal lines to indicate that it's a rope. And then a few little highlights in the basket, just to add some more texture to it. And now, since I put in those little specks of flowers, then they would be casting a shadow too, so I'm putting in little shadow specks. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and give it a try. And thank you so much for watching. God bless you, and I hope you tune in next time.